The most storied rivalry in professional football history resumes today on a splendid day for football at Lambeau Field. 42 degrees and clear. The Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Packers trying to get into the playoffs, and they can with a victory, but they need help from other people as they come on for their introductions. Hello, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton along with Matt Millen. Packers, however, coming off a tough defeat last Monday against Tampa Bay. 17 players appeared on the injury report this week, Matt. 3 starters not in there. And I'd have to say that they really have to change their approach because of that going in.
Well, and the part that you're going to see change is they'll go back to more of base sets, because where they've really been affected is in their wide receiver positions. So I would expect today you're not going to see 4 receivers, a little bit of 3, mostly 2. That means Chamorro is going to have to pick it up. And then also the thing that's been strong for them now that hasn't been at the beginning of the season is the running game. Derek Holmes, I think, was a great pickup. I think the best one in the league this year. And then I think Dorsey Levens is starting to come on. You combine that running game with a Brett Favre who has to be mechanically sound, and you got your recipe.
The Bears, on the other hand, are 3-10, and since Eric Kramer, their quarterback, went down, they have lost 5 in a row. No defeat more embarrassing than last Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings, and I guess they can throw caution to the wind in this one.
Oh, I would think so. I think if you were going to give one word to define last week's game, simply pathetic. So you can't be any worse than that. And I would think going into today's game, you're going to take a lot of chances. You blitz Favre, you try to have coverage outside. You can match up with your one good receiver on Antonio Freeman. Take chances inside. I would expect that's what we'll see from the Chicago Bears.
And also Edgar Bennett, the former Packer, playing for the first time against his former team. So coming up, it'll be the Bears and the Packers.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Welcome back to Lambeau Field. This is the first meeting of the year between these 2 longtime rivals. The oldest rivalry in the league. They will play in the season finale 2 weeks from now at Soldier Field in Chicago. Dave Wanstedt, who is under fire with his team, 3-10 on the year, might suffer their Will is back, their 3rd straight losing year, and Mike Holmgren, the coach of the Green Bay Packers, and it's very possible that neither of these coaches will be on their sideline next year. Holmgren could be moving on as a GM and a coach. Wanstedt may be relieved. The opening kickoff,
It's a mistake.
Picked up by Roll Preston of the Packers, and he'll go out of bounds before he reaches the 20-yard line. Brett Favre. And he was under fire against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. He was sacked 8 times, fumbling on 6 occasions, although he lost only 2. Marco Rivera returns at left guard, but the big change, Jeff Dellenbach, who had to fill in for Frank Winters, out for the year. Holmes and Henderson, the backfield. Freeman returns from his broken jaw, although he's got protection there. Derek Mays is replacing Robert Brooks, who is out with the hamstring injury. And Mark Chamorro, as Matt mentioned, could be a major target today for Brett Favre. Starting from the 16-yard line, and the first play of the game is an incomplete pass intended for Derek Mays. Defensively for the Chicago Bears, and they have not mounted any kind of a pass rush all year. Mike Wells, however, is having a big season at defensive tackle. Linebackers have been playing well with Sean Harris, Barry Minter in the middle, and Ricardo McDonald. In the secondary, Terry Cousin and Walt Harris are the corners, and rookie Tony Parrish, the strong safety. The veteran Marty Carter is the free safety. 2nd down and 10. 2 wide receivers out to the right. And the first running play, and it's Derek Holmes, and he picks a couple. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Big piece of the puzzle that's missing for the Green Bay Packers is the center Frank Winters when they lost him. And why that's so important is the center in this offense calls all the stunts and the movement up front and the way the line is going to move. And he has to be on the same page with Brett Favre. And Favre and Winters, they were always on the same page. They'd be looking for the same things, and so it's going to take some adjustment. In fact, I would expect the Bears to give a lot of late movement to make Dellenbach work overtime.
Second in the NFL in third down conversions are the Packers. And on third down, Antonio Freeman gets one hand on the ball. They needed 9 yards, and Walt Harris covering on the play. And the Bears bringing in John Theory and Ricardo McDonald as their pass rushing defensive ends on third down. And so the Packers will have to kick, and Glenn Milburn, who was property of Green Bay, will be receiving Sean Landetta's kick. Landetta will be kicking from inside his 5. Coming up to meet the ball is Milburn at midfield. And Milburn is tackled, but he is in Green Bay territory where the Bears will go on offense. So they've got good field position for their first effort. Steve Stenstrom, starting his 5th game of the season, had career highs last week in the 26-point loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Heck, Perry, Wegman, Valeriel, and James Williams, the offensive line. Edgar Bennett returns to Green Bay after starring with the Packers. He was hurt last year. Conway and Ingram, the wide receivers, and rookie Alonzo Mays is the tight end.
Nick, we said that this offense needs help. They need field position. They need turnovers. And right now, they have the first part of that. This is excellent field position for the Chicago Bears.
They come out with 2 tight ends on the Packer 48. And here's Edgar Bennett. Edgar Bennett with a big burst. And Darren Sharper chasing him. And finally rides him out of bounds. And what a return on the first carry for Edgar Bennett as he picks up 43 yards and gets to about the 5-yard line of Green Bay.
Nice job of running to that right side. It's just straight up man blocking. Excellent job by Big Cat Williams. A nice job by Perry. Good job by Wet Knight. And then once Edgar Bennett gets into the second part, into that secondary, it's just a matter. He's not the fastest guy, but watch the stiff arm. He's going to buy himself an extra 5 yards with that physical stiff arm.
And the longest rush from scrimmage for the Bears this year. First and goal at the 5-yard line. And again, Edgar Bennett, and this time he is tripped up by Bernardo Harris. The Green Bay defense, Reggie White, Gilbert Brown, Santana Dotson, and Vaughn Booker starting in place of rookie Vonnie Holliday. Kuntz, Harris, and Brian Williams, the linebackers. Greg Newsome, who's been banged up, but in there nonetheless, with Darren Sharper, Leroy Butler, and Tyrone Williams. So not only the longest run for the Bears this year from scrimmage, the longest run of Bennett's career. Second and goal from the 3. Again with 2 tight ends. Edgar Bennett charging toward the goal line, but pushed back as he reaches the 1.5, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal. And once again, Bernardo Harris in on the play.
Dick, the Green Bay Packers defensively, if you look at them statistically, you say, hey, they're pretty good. But when you see what's been killing them, it's been what that just happened to them, is big plays. Big plays have been killing this defense all season long. Whether it's a bad angle by one of the safeties, a missed tackle by a linebacker, not getting enough pressure with a 4-man front, all those things have contributed, and it's hurt them.
And it was evident in Monday night's loss to Tampa Bay. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back. And here is Stenstrom on the bootleg going into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Everyone went one way, and Steve Stenstrom went right and scores for the Chicago Bears in a stunning opening drive by the Bears, sparked by the 43-yard run by former Packer Edgar Bennett.
Well, what is sparked by is that running. Because they've been so successful, look at everybody inside. And then the man coverage out here leaves no one in the bottom, and Stenstrom just takes it inside.
Jeff Jager on for the extra point. The kick is good. And just as the Eagles put the scare on the Packers 2 weeks ago, the Bears doing it early here, taking a 7-0 lead over the Packers.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl.
Back here at Lambeau Field, Edgar Bennett, who wanted more opportunities and got a big one there. The big smile on his face, the 43-yard run, and the Bears going 48 yards in 4 plays, taking a stunning 7-0 lead over the Packers. On the kickoff, roll Preston on the return for Green Bay. Preston forced to the outside. A penalty flag is down at the 20-yard line as Tony Parrish makes the stop on Preston, and the flag will go against Green Bay. Referee is Larry Nemmers.
And what Larry Nemmers saw, it's Edgar Bennett's long run right up inside, but a nice job coming across, take care of Reggie White. Tight end comes down, gets Bernardo Harris. Big Cat Williams does a good job, and then Todd Perry right there. See, there's Todd Perry's. That keys the whole thing. Lonzo Mays goes inside. Wet Knight does an excellent job. Now, you don't have to crush him. Just get in his way. And then because of the success of that play, watch how everybody streams to the ball. That leaves this area void, and Stenstrom can walk in.
Following the holding penalty against the Packers, they'll start from the 10. They have 2 tight ends and 3 wide receivers, and the pass underneath to Mark Shimura. And as you pointed out, Matt, with the receivers shaken up today, Shimura could play a major role as he picks up 10.
Well, they're going to still go with 2 wides. They're going to bring Thomason in as that 3rd guy, so you take out a fullback. Mike Holmgren does an excellent job of playing chess. He always has. I think he and Shanahan are excellent chess players. And the difference is his pawns and rooks, they can think. And so you put them out there and you make the defense have to react to your set. And so a lot of times he's using an extra player to move people to open up something on the defense.
Thomason came out and William Henderson came in at fullback. First down from the 20. And there is Brett Favre with time. Zings it, and the pass nearly intercepted by Parrish. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
What this offense now lacks is real speed. They really don't have that when they're healthy as well. Antonio Freeman's probably their fastest guy, but he's probably, he's not a burner. And that's what they need. That's what they need with this. So what they have to do is they have to create situations to give them separation.
There is Robert Brooks, who re-injured his hamstring, and now Mays and Freeman go out to the left on 2nd down and 10. Hand off to Derek Holmes, and Holmes getting a couple of yards. He has given the Packers tremendous boost in the running department, and Dorsey Levin's coming back, and Levin should carry the ball even more today than he did last Monday.
Well, he's going to flop onto the field right now. Thomason and Shimura are going to come out.
And Russell Copeland
comes in, yeah. But Derek Holmes, I think, may be the best mid-season, by far, the best mid-season trade in the league this year.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. There's Copeland, former Eagle, signed this week and coming in as the 3rd wide receiver today. Flag is down on 3rd and 8, and Favre gets hit and down.
They didn't hear the whistle. He came off the backside, came clean.
Andre Collins, the former Redskin, got a piece of Brett Favre, getting a reaction from the crowd and Favre's teammates.
Also saw right there what the Bears are going to plan to do. They brought a bunch of people. They're going to pressure Brett Favre. They had success last year in the 2nd game. In fact, I looked at that this morning to see what they would do.
But a false start on the offense, number 80. We had a personal foul on the defense for a hit on the quarterback, number 52. By rule, a 5 and 15, only the 15 is enforced.
That's right.
From the previous spot, 15 yards, automatic first down.
So the Bears unhappy with that, as Collins' penalty will hurt him.
Listen for the whistle.
Very close, Matt. But it was after the whistle for sure, and so Derek Mays' false start doesn't mean anything here, and Dave Wanstead incensed on that call. It'll give the Packers a first down, moving it up to the 37-yard line. Derek Holmes back in at running back. William Henderson, the fullback in the eye. And there is Favre, and rolling out, trying to get it to Derek Mays, who was covered by Terry Cousin. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. A little more than 5 minutes have gone by here in the 1st quarter. The oldest rivalry in the NFL, but the first meeting this year, and the Bears in front 7-0.
Favre is not starting where he left off last week. speaking to Mike Holmgren, he said, number 4's got to play better. It's that simple. He's got to play better. And I think what he means, he's got to be more accurate, but he's got to protect the ball mechanically when he's in the pocket.
Second down and 10. Derek Holmes with the carry brings it to the 40-yard line. Will be third and about 7 coming up for the Pack.
Dick, look around Lambeau Field and listen. And the people at home, you can't obviously see that, but this crowd is waiting right now for Green Bay to go one way or the other. They know they're down by 7. They know they're a better team than the Chicago Bears. They know the rivalry involved, but everybody's just kind of sitting here thinking, what's going to happen to their Packers?
And they were wondering 2 weeks ago against the Eagles, a team that very nearly beat them then, losing by only 8 in a big test. Third down and 7. Favre has time, and he drills it, and the pass is caught.
Oh, man.
And a first down into Bear territory. Mark Shimura made a very tough catch with Ray Austin all over him. That was a zing of a throw and a great catch by Shimura.
This is what separates Brett Favre from most every quarterback in the league. I want you to watch Shimura. Shimura's right here. He's going to come across. You tell me if he's open. He's not open. That's the difference in Favre. See, you don't have to be open to be open. And this thing hanging off the right shoulder, that's why it's called the arm. That thing is just powerful, and he believes he can complete any ball.
And that's half the battle. Dorsey Levens in the backfield on first down. Back on the Bear 48-yard line, and the pass caught by Derek Mays. And trying to hold on is Terry Cousin, but not before Derek Mays brings it to the 25-yard line. And the Pack gets to the 33, and the crowd obviously likes what they're seeing.
Well, what they should really like to see is Derek Holmes inside. Here's the whole key. They're going to come with a blitz up inside, and Derek Holmes has got to make that hit. Bing, right here. See, because he picks that blitz, Favre can step up and see the receiver, Mays, in the middle, and you have a big play. So if Holmes doesn't make the play, that thing's shot.
23-yard pickup, first down on the Bear 25. On first down, here's the first running play on first down, and it's Derek Holmes getting about 3 on the play.
The Chicago Bears, they really are playing 4 defensive tackles as their down linemen. They don't have a real pass rusher at all. They have 4 brutes, you know, like a couple of mooks they pick up off the streets of Chicago. Go in there and beat that guy up. That's what they have. And the biggest of the ball is right here at Mike Wells, number 97. I think if Mike Wells learns to play a little lower, I think he can be exceptional. He's so strong. Sometimes he gets out of position, he still throws guys around.
Second down and 7, the 9th play of the drive, and Derek Holmes is caught by Mike Wells, the former Detroit Lion, who is having a good season, free agent.
He's a big guy, too.
Yep, decided to cast his lot with the Bears, but you talk about the lack of a pass rush. It's been many years since the Bears have really had a
not since
great pass rusher.
Dent and Wilbur Marshall and Otis and Hampton and that 85 whole Bear team. That was an exceptional group.
Russell Copeland split wide to the top, 3rd and 9. Here comes Freeman. Favre on 3rd down, gets it to Antonio Freeman, and Freeman is stopped short of the first down by about 3 yards. And so that'll bring up 4th down, and the Packers will try to get on the scoreboard. Ryan Longwell will come in to attempt the field goal.
Dick, that was an important catch and play for Antonio Freeman, because he got his first hit with that broken jaw. He's got to realize that, you know, you're not going to break it anymore unless you really take a complete shot.
Well, he's got a mouthpiece specially made for him and padding in his helmet, and yesterday in practice he took some hits. 35-yard field goal attempt by Longwell, and the kick is good. 5:48 remain in the first quarter, and the Bears lead the Packers now by a score of 7-3. Seven to 3 the score. The Bears leading, scoring on their first possession of the game. 10 plays, 73 yards, capped by the field goal, and the key play there, Brett Favre, with a 23-yard pass to Derek Mays. So Ryan Longwell kicking off, and Glenn Milburn back deep for the Bears. End over end kick, line drive style. Returned by Milburn inside the 5. And Milburn out to the 26-yard line. 5:39 remaining. Steve Stenstrom will go back to work when we return. Bears have the ball starting from the 26-yard line. They have lost 5 in a row, has Chicago, after starting the halfway mark 3-5. Eric Kramer getting hurt. Curtis Enos, their #1 draft pick, and future running back hopeful, also out. Well, the Bears, too, have been hit with injury. Marcus Robinson, number 88, is the third wide receiver for Steve Stenstrom, who will pass on first down. And the pass nearly intercepted. Butler fighting with the receiver for the possession, and it's Ingram, Bobby Ingram, who makes the catch. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Ingram's really having a good year. Ingram has, I don't know how many catches, 50-some catches, but more than that, you know now that he's a big part of the offense. Look at Leroy Butler. He's just hanging there waiting for something, but Ingram goes up, and it's a free-for-all. Ingram comes down with the ball. Scrappy kid. Reminds me a little bit of O.J. McDuffie in his ability to catch the ball. Another Penn State guy.
Of course.
Probably get that in there real quick.
Second down and 1. Handoff to Edgar Bennett, and Bennett will get the first down. Ingram, by the way, had a big game in the losing cause last week against the Vikings with 9 receptions for 140 yards. And he caught a 47-yard touchdown, and he has become the big play man for the Bears, while Curtis Conway has been more quiet this year, but Conway has had his chances as well, man.
Oh, he'll get his chances, and you have to have, you need a Conway on your team. You need speed. If you don't have speed, you miss a major part of your offense. He has it. You can't teach it, and you certainly can use it down the field.
Bears on their 38-yard line, first down, and the give is to Bennett again, and Bennett crosses the 40. And that'll bring up second down. The Bears were 0 for 13 in third down conversions last week against Minnesota, and they have struggled in that department mostly because they have faced third and very long in this string.
And they wanted to stay in third and manageable, which is 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 -5. They can stay in that area, then that's where Stenstrom obviously is going to work best.
Second down and 6. Stenstrom getting a rush, and the pass out to Edgar Bennett, and a great play by Darren Sharper. Another one of those players that Mike Holmgren says has to step up. He was alert there, and a loss of 2 yards on the play, and it'll be third down.
Oh, what Darren Sharper has got to be able to do, and he's just got to be able, you can see him staying up here. He's just got to be more consistent. I think one of the problems that's happened with him is he's played all over the place. He's been outside as a corner. They play him on the inside sometimes as their nickel guy. They play him at strong safety at times, weak. Whenever guys have been hurt, he's athletic enough to fill the void, and I think he hasn't settled into exactly what he is.
Bears converted on their only third down conversion thus far. They need 8 yards here. Stenstrom, short drop, pass, incomplete, flag, not going down, as Curtis Conway, defended by Craig Newsom, the official on the far side, immediately determining that it was a
something's wrong.
Clean play, and
he's limping again. You remember
how courageous was he Monday night?
Well, he ripped his knee up. This should have been a pick. He fell down. He read this perfect. That's called jumping the route. He saw it. He broke on it. He fell down. It should have been an interception, but he's limping all over the place. He split his knee open. I mean, deep. They had to stitch that sucker up. He's been hobbling all over the place since then.
Mike Horan kicking to roll Preston. Backing up and muffs the ball in the sun. And a scramble for the loose ball. And the Packers have recovered. Kerry Cooks was there to pick up the loose ball on this muff by Roll Preston. And another close call for Green Bay.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by smooth, refreshing Michelob Light. Beer for Michelob. By Circuit City. Answers in every department. Low prices all over the store. By Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. And by Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
here in Green Bay, and you'll see that sun the way Roel Preston saw it, Matt, before he muffed that kick. On first down, Dorsey Levens with the carry, and he is tackled by Marty Carter for what appears to be no gain.
One thing you'll always get from the Chicago Bears, even last week when they got stomped, is they always run to the ball really well defensively. And I think it's something that's kind of inbred, and it's in the city of Chicago. It's just that good aggressiveness. Because as long as I can remember, they've always played tough defense. They may not have had the best players all the time, but it was always going to be physical, and that's still going on. It's Craig Newsome, he's talking over there about that cut on that knee.
Bears with 55 rushing yards, 43 of them on that one burst by Edgar Bennett. Slant pass to Freeman, close to the first down. They needed 11 yards. Marty Carter again on the stop.
Nice job outside. Walt Harris, 27, working on Antonio Freeman. That's actually a good job by Walt Harris. He got the jab, he stayed off. Nice step, nice hand. He's going to give up the inside because that's where his help is sitting. That's actually a pretty good job.
And they're going to measure this one. Freeman returning to action, third in the NFL in receiving yards and having his best year by far. There you see the Packers are short by about a half a yard. So it'll be third down.
You see that mouthpiece that Antonio Freeman is wearing. I talked to Pepper Burris, their head trainer, and they made 6 different mouthpieces for him, all special, all kinds of stuff. He said forget it, he didn't want it. He wanted one that he could just pull off the shelf, but this is a kind of a different one. So he has this extra padding in alongside where that upper cheek is broken, that part of his jaw, and then the mouthpiece itself has like a little bit of cushion in it.
So there's Freeman lining up third down and 1 at the 25-yard line, actually less than a yard for the Packers. And here is Dorsey Levens. He'll get the first down and more.
Fumble.
And a fumble down, and the play was blown dead, so it is still Packers ball at the 32-yard line. And right now, let's check in with James Brown for an NFL update.
Hey,
JB.
Dick and Matt, that impenetrable defense of the Saints last week, not the case this week. Take a look at Chandler hooking up with Terrence Mathis on that post route. The DBs cancel themselves out. 62 yards of pay dirt, 14-0 Falcons. Back to Dick and Matt.
What a tremendous year, these Atlanta Falcons.
They really
are the surprise team of the NFL.
Playing with great confidence, and they believe in the Chandler's back there that they can move the ball in anywhere.
Packers with the first down at the 32-yard line, and a play-action pass. Mark Shimura rides into Bear territory. Ricardo McDonald brings him down, and a pickup of 19 yards for the Packers.
Nice job of protection inside. Favre has been getting pretty well protected. They are going, everything is going to be based off their running game. So they're going to go with play action, and that means your linebackers have to be aggressive to the run. You saw Ricardo McDonald sitting up a little bit. Shimura was able to sneak behind him, and Favre hit him.
Shimura off to a good start with 3 catches for 41 yards, and Shimura with 2 touchdown receptions against the Buccaneers on Monday night. Final seconds of the first quarter, and that is the end of the first quarter with the score: the Bears 7 and the Packers 3. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Second half of our NFL doubleheader on Fox. Most of you will see the Cowboys and the Chiefs. Cowboys trying to inch closer to the NFC East title. The Vikings go against the Baltimore Ravens. Coming up next, right here on Fox. Start of the second quarter, Dick Stockton along with Matt Millen. Packers with the ball on the Bears' 49-yard line. Here's Dorsey Levens trying to go outside. And he is ridden out of bounds by Sean Harris. Specifically for the Packers to get into the playoffs today, they would need a victory and either a loss by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or having both Arizona and New Orleans lose. So there are a lot of combinations, but the one thing the Packers know, they need to win today, and they must get help if they get into the playoffs this afternoon.
You know what all those combinations means to a player? Squat.
But to the fans, it means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because all that matters is the guy who's across from you right now. The playoff stuff is meaningless.
Second down and 8. Favre has time, tries to get the ball to Mays, and the ball is caught and intercepted by the Bears. The Bears pick it off on the deflection off of Derek Mays. It was tipped and picked off, and let's see whether Terry Cousin got it, and I believe he did. The cornerback, number 21, picked it up.
Mays is going to work to the inside. Now, see, you're trying to make a play. Everybody's going for it. Almost looked like Henderson came down with it, but Cousin, at the end, had enough savvy to kind of steal it away.
And we rely on each other. Keep on going, don't stop. Into another.
Now watch Brett Favre at the end of the play. He can't figure out what happened. He's looking around. So, you know, what happened? So, you know what he does? He looks up. See, he's looking up this way, and he can see the big board in the stadium. And that's a great teacher right away when you know what the heck is going on.
There's a quick out to Bobby Ingram, and Ingram gets a couple of yards on first down. Craig Newsome, by the way, is back in at cornerback, came out for a few plays.
That's smart by the Chicago Bears. And if you ever see anybody hurting out there, go after him. Now, Favre right now with his 20 interceptions this season, not the greatest year for interceptions, but in some respects, Favre has felt he's had to carry the team, and he's tried to make plays, and I think at this point he's going to have to kind of pull back a little bit and rely on more on his running game if he has, because it's working.
Second down and 5 for the Bears on their own 45-yard line, and the handoff is to Edgar Bennett for a couple of yards. And we showed that Favre has thrown 20 interceptions. Only Peyton Manning of the Colts has thrown more interceptions than Brett Favre this season. Manning has thrown 25, and the rookie with the Indianapolis Colts. So this has not been a good year for Brett Favre in that department, and has struggled for many reasons. Third down and 3 at the 47-yard line. Early here in the second quarter, the Bears in front, 7-3. Stenstrom's pass, and it is caught for the first down by Marcus Robinson. Number 88, Robinson, who was the offensive MVP of the NFL Europe last year, and he gives the Bears a first down into Packer territory.
I think to get back to Craig Newsome, if you have somebody who's hobbled around out there, I think you have to attack it.
Tampa Bay did not.
Yeah, that surprised me. It really did. And they still won the football game. But Craig Newsome's out there and playing on guts like you mentioned. You can see that knee. Got a knee pad on top of that knee. I would go after him until he proves he can stop you.
Long pass to Conway against Newsome, and Conway drops the ball. He had beaten Newsome and could not hold on at the 5-yard line. So that's exactly what the Bears attempted to do on that play, go at Craig Newsome, and they very nearly had him.
And you're doing it with what we talked about earlier. See, speed, something you can't teach. Just go out there and run past 21. Now he does that, and the ball's there. The ball should have been caught. Should have been a big play. It was right through his hands. That's a smart play by Matt Cavanaugh, the offensive coordinator. And now, if I'm Cavanaugh, I get the chance, I go after him right again.
Olin Kreutz, number 57, a rookie, has replaced Casey Regman at center, and Wegman and Kreutz have alternated the last several games. And there is the fake reverse, the handoff to Edgar Bennett, and Bennett picks up about 5 yards on the play. So it'll be third down and a long 5 for Chicago.
They're going to stay. The Chicago Bears, they're comfortable playing this Green Bay team. They know each other. You know what they're going to do. You're not going to get caught off guard. You know that you can block the people in front of you. So they're going to be patient, and they're going to stay with that running game. You have yourself a 4-point lead. You just want to kind of keep on whittling down at it and try to wear this defense down.
Bears 2 for 3 on third down conversions. They have trips 3 wides to the right on 3rd and 6. Stenstrom looking that way, and down he goes. Loose ball. Keith McKenzie got the sack. And let's see if the Packers get the ball.
It's a mistake by Reggie White.
Bears recover, so they'll keep it. 4th down coming up.
Reggie White smelled running with the football. He has to remember he's a hog. See, and if you're a touch hog like Reggie, you got to flop on the ball. You have an opportunity to make a play. Good job by McKenzie taking the inside. Now watch right here. Fall on that thing. Eat it. Don't try to pick it up. Anytime you have this opportunity. See, he smelled glory. You forget glory. Get the ball.
So the Bears recovers, but they'll have to kick it away. And Mike Horan, who will turn 40 years old in February, with a punt. And the fair catch called for by Mike Pryor at about the 12-yard line. Score remains the Bears 7 and the Packers 3 in this old, long-time rivalry.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Citizen. Today more than ever, Citizen is how the world tells time. By Subway. The way a sandwich should be. And by Fetzer Vineyards. These are the days. Fetzer days. Enjoy the wine.
Look at the Fox River as we continue in the second quarter. The Bears leading 7-3, but the Packers beginning from their 12-yard line, backed up in the shadows of their goal line, and the pass is dropped, intended for Freeman, and he had beaten Walt Harris on that play, and that could have been a big gainer for Green Bay.
It was a monster. They came with a zone blitz inside. Favre read it perfectly. Antonio Freeman read it. Get inside, beat the coverage. You have a lineman dropping out inside. That's Flanagan. Yeah, that was a big play. That was a missed opportunity. It looked like a DB at Flanagan, huh?
Got the right number for it. 2nd and 10. And Favre looking up the middle, and he completes to Dorsey Levens. And Levens out to the 20-yard line, and making the tackle was Sean Harris, and a pickup of 8.
Ross Verber, their left offensive tackle, midseason was not playing very well at all. Here's a big difference with him. He's using his hands. That's not bad. You slap it away. He's getting some pressure, but the biggest thing for him is his hands were getting so wide, he was giving up his chest. Now, he's a big, strong guy. And when he concentrates and keeps his hands inside and gets a punch, he's pretty good.
Ricardo McDonald and John Theory are the defensive ends for the Bears on 3rd and 2. Their nickel package is in there, and no play as the flag is down before the play is completed.
Favre threw a bullet out there, hit one of the ball boys in the shin.
Prior to the ball being
His
snapped,
first 2 steps was a limp.
Chicago called timeout.
Bears called a timeout. And that is their first timeout right before the snap. And there you see Andre Collins signaling the official. We'll be right back.
Bears get messed up in personnel. They take Ricardo McDonald. They're going to make him a defensive end. Andre Collins sees that they had 12 guys, and they were kind of out of sync here. So they just went ahead and called the timeout. And he came to the sideline, and basically Dave Wanstead said, listen, I'll do the thinning around here, Baba boy.
That's exactly what he said, I think, in that tone.
What happens, you start bringing different groups of personnel in, and sometimes you get messed up because it doesn't run real smooth. That was one of those instances.
3rd down and 2. And Favre will throw for the yardage, has a world of time, but even that's coming down, and the pass is dropped. William Henderson out of the backfield couldn't hold on. He had to be his 9th target after everyone else seemed covered.
You can credit the coverage by the Chicago Bears. Do a nice job right there. Terry Cousin making sure that Antonio Freeman's not going to get anything. And then Mays up top is taken away by Parrish, nothing there. And then he still was able to flop around and find it back underneath, but not before it was defensed well.
Sean Landeta, and the kick flag goes down, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Well, it's going to depend if he tipped that ball or not. And I don't see any official giving a tip sign.
Remember, Todd Sauerbrunn was lost for the season when he was roughed against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers earlier in the season.
Personal foul.
Andre Collins.
Roughing the kicker. Number 52.
It's Andre Collins who came in and apparently did not get a piece of the ball and is called for roughing. Sean Landeta giving the Packers a new set of downs. Plus 15 yards in the process.
Came right up the middle. Now the question is going to be whether he tipped the ball or not. Here he comes right here. It's hard to see from that angle. This will give us a more definitive view. Remember, if he tips it and he hits him, that's a different story.
And apparently he did not.
Oh, I don't know. He's got good eyes.
First down to Dorsey Levens. Dorsey Levens with a big run on first down. Gets close to midfield and picks up 13 yards before the rookie free safety Tony Parrish stops him. So Levens, who had 9 more snaps last week than Derek Holmes, seeing more and more action. He had been inactive for 9 games.
Not a good smooth series for Andre Collins on that last one.
Packers with a first down on their 48. Still trailing the Bears 7-3. Again, here's Levens. Dorsey Levens. And he is on a roll. Gets to the Bear 40-yard line. And 12 more yards for Levens.
Heck, he's on a bagel. And so are those offensive linemen. That's a nice job of blocking up front. Again, we talked about this. Just have Brett Favre go back to their base offense and run the football. Nice job by Chimura. Another good job right here. Another nice job outside there. That was William Henderson. And then Levens gets to that second level. Is able to run past the backers.
5 carries, 33 yards already for Dorsey Levens. Here is Brett Favre, and he's trapped back there and thrown for a big loss near midfield. Jim Flanagan got in there, and that'll be a 9-yard loss for Brett Favre and the Chicago Bears, who have not been able to get to the quarterback. No sacks in the last 3 games. Get a big one here.
That's all coverage. That was excellent coverage down the field. No place to throw the football. He was going to look, first of all, down the field. And Derek Mays is getting just hawked. And then Antonio Freeman did it up. Walt Harris was all over him. He's looking for Henderson down in the flat, but the backer took that away. There was no place to throw the football.
Bears have done an outstanding job in pass coverage thus far. Second down and 19. The handoff is to Dorsey Levens. Flag is down, and Levens tackled on the Bears' 45-yard line.
We're going backwards. It's going to be a hold. Heck, I may even decline this one.
Here's Larry Nevers.
It would be second and even longer, or third and long.
Holding. Offense number 62. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Marco Rivera, who
see now
injured his knee, and now Minder came in.
Yeah, they came in afterwards and say, oh, no, we want to decline that. I think that's a mistake. They're going to take it back, and you're going to give Favre 2 more chances to make up 30 yards.
I think with Brett Favre, it doesn't matter what the yards. You don't want to give him the chances.
There are 2 chances to get 30, to me, is worse than 1 chance to get 15. You can roll the dice once and be done with it.
Second down and 29. Back on the Packer 41. So he's got a couple of chances here, but Favre gets tripped up. John Theory gets the sack, and that is the second sack of this series for the Chicago Bears, uncharacteristically for them, getting to the Green Bay quarterback.
Yeah, you're going to see, working against Ross Verber, John Theory, and you know, not a bad job. Good job there by Theory to come back inside. Verber got his feet messed up, but the whole key on top of that is there was nobody to throw the football to down the field. Again, excellent coverage by the Bears. Remember that the Packers don't have any speed outside. So Walt Harris and Cousin are doing an excellent job.
Third down and 32, and the swing pass is out to Dorsey Levens. Levens runs into his own player and then gets into Bear territory, but is short of the first down by some 20 yards. Andre Collins finally making the tackle, and you know, with all of the injuries that the Packers have suffered, Bill Schrader lost for the season with a broken collarbone. They had 17 players, did the Packers, on the injury report this week. So here's Landetta kicking again, and Glenn Milburn going back deep. Landetta's kick. Milburn from the 10. Glenn Milburn, great coverage. Jude Waddy downfield, making the special teams play. The rookie, undrafted from William and Mary, after the 38-yard punt. We'll be right back. Frank Winters out for the year with a broken left fibula as the Bears take over, and the Packer defense getting the crowd to respond. That's when you want the crowd to really be heard, when the other team has the ball, and the Bears have it on the 14-yard line, leading 7-3. Stenstrom handing off to Edgar Bennett on first down, and nothing doing. Bennett with a 43-yard run, setting up Stenstrom's 1-yard scamper to account for the only touchdown in the game. Ryan Longwell kicked a field goal for the Packers to make it 7-3.
This is a pretty good football crowd. You can tell good football towns. They know when to be loud and when to shut their traps. And right here, when you need a defensive play and you need your offense to have to work to listen for the calls, this crowd cranks it up.
Second down and 9, and the give is to Ty Hallett, the fullback, and maybe a couple, and that's all. Right now, here's James Brown for an NFL update.
Dick, take a look at the nifty moves by Deuce Staley to help tighten up this game between the Eagles and Cardinals. 30 yards to pay dirt to make it a 3-point game now. That in the second, and Matt, Terry Bradshaw says, nice article on you in Farmers Weekly. Good story indeed. Back to Dick and Matt.
Thanks, Terry, and really, that's really my fashion magazine, to be honest with you.
Farmers Quarterly.
That's it.
Third down and 7. Crowd is the loudest it's been all day, and the pass to Conway is incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down. By the way, Darren Sharper on that series came in for Craig Newsome, who has been very courageous trying to play on that lacerated knee that Matt was talking about. And Sharper, who started the game at free safety, forced to play cornerback in that series. Packers hold. Roel Preston goes back deep. And Mike Horan to kick it away for the Bears. End over end, Preston at the 45-yard line. A flag is down, and Preston brings it to the Bears 37-yard line, but there is a flag upfield at the 42.
Looks like there might be a hat out there at about the 33 or 34. So if that's an official's hat and a flag, that means the guy went. Yep, there it is. There's the hatless official, and another one. A couple of Ichabods out there.
What's the record for hatless officials on the same play?
Guy went out of bounds. Let's see what he got. See, if the bullet goes down out of bounds.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the kicking team. The wide receiver ran out of bounds and did not come back in a reasonable time. That penalty is declined. Green Bay's ball, 1st and 10.
So now he has to make every effort to come back in. But he liked that wide area so much. That's Frankie Smith, number 29. And he just stayed out there. You can get knocked out there, you can get run out there, but you have to come right back inside.
Thus the penalty against the Bears, and we'll be right back. Craig Newsome out of action right now, has a bruised knee, but is available to return. And the beat goes on with the Packer injuries. First down on the Bear 37. They haven't had good field position, but they do now, the Packers, and a pass underneath to Derek Holmes, the running back, and Holmes gets 6 or 7 yards. Well, on the injury report, 17 names for the Packers, and several of them, including Frank Winters, who you see there, lost for the season.
And it hasn't been pretty for the Green Bay Packers. Now, normally you're going to have this in the middle of the season, but not this much. I mean, it's basically your MASH unit.
But the fans they want their Frank Winters back. Dellenbach in instead. Second down and 4, and there's Derek Holmes, who brings it to the 30-yard line, short of the first down by about 3. Barry Minter in to make the play.
There's Frank Winters, and just a savvy guy. One of those guys who sees everything, excellent vision, is the quarterback of that offensive line, keeps everybody on the same page, and that's the job that Dellenbach has to take over. I think Dellenbach's been doing a pretty decent job in there. Listen to Favre the day he was saying, you know, I'm comfortable with both those rear ends. Whatever that meant.
That's what he sees. 3rd down and 3. Mays goes in motion for Favre. And Favre, penalty flag is down. And here is Derek Holmes that gets to the 22-yard line. And a loose ball, and now a fight going on.
I think this has been in the Chicago papers all week about last week when Rudd taunted them and nobody did anything. I mean, Dan Hampton, the former Bear great, said, you know, we'd have had people embedding things in their chests if they'd ever done that. Now, I think anything that happens on the field is going to be met with a little resistance.
Dave Wannstedt said we shouldn't have fumbled the snap to lead to Rudd's touchdown recovery. But Rudd taunting the Bears, and he was called for the penalty and fined $5,000 by the league this week. So the Bears obviously have a short fuse this game.
Yeah, see, Holmgren wants the official to talk to him. Wannstedt wants the official to talk to him.
Illegal hands to the face on number 99 of the defensive team. Penalty is declined. First down.
That's illegal hands to the face.
Flanagan.
On Jim Flanagan. They decline the penalty and they'll take the first down. Watch number 99. He's getting doubled. Here's your hand to the face right there. To me, I don't think that's any big deal at all. Favre just kind of hanging on there, and Sean Lee likes that ankle so much he keeps on. Favre gave it a couple extra kicks. You know, it's interesting talking to Favre the other day. He said, I don't like to mess with the defense. I like to get those guys mad. I don't say much at all, but he said, look, he's trying to rip my ankle off.
Look that way. So the Packers get a first down on the Bear 21-yard line, trailing 7-3. Derek Holmes has nowhere to go as he attempts an outside run, and a loss on the play of 4 yards. Mike Wells and Flanagan again, the two tackles who really have played well and been really on the field too much this year, considering their offensive problems.
A nice job outside by Ricardo McDonald to turn everything back inside as well. You can see the difference in the Bear defense from last week to this. It's not even close. And they're playing with confidence. They know they can play with this team, and they're getting all they can out of it.
Well, their offense is giving them a chance to take a breather now and then. 2nd and 14. Favre looking one way, and the pass underneath to Jeff Thomason back to the line of scrimmage.
This Bear defense, Dick, is really doing an excellent job of coverage. They're mixing their man and zones very, very well. Holmgren has tried to go to, you know, like 3 receivers, and, you know, 2 tight ends or one wide. Or he's trying to get a bunch to get them to back off. But even when he's done that, the Bears have jumped their coverage and played very well.
This has been a struggle for Brett Favre and the Packer offense. And a 2-minute warning here at Lambeau Field with the Bears leading the Pack 7-3. Coming up on the Visa halftime report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league. And our Fox Sports ticker will have up to the second stats. That's all coming up on the Visa halftime report. 3rd and 10 at the 21. Dorsey levels the running back, Jeff Thomason, the second tight end. Jamura goes in motion. And Brett Favre looking again and hit from behind.
No place to throw.
And that was Sean Lee.
Nowhere to go.
Play.
There's absolutely nowhere to go with that football.
Great coverage by the Bears.
It really is. I mean, he wants to throw down the field. He's looking for Mays. Hilliard's all over him. Nothing there. Then you look to the other side with Antonio Freeman. Walt Harris is sitting there with Andre Collins undercutting him. And then you look to the tight end Thomason. Nothing there. Parrish sitting on him.
43-yard field goal attempt by Ryan Longwell, and Longwell's kick is up and it's good. So the Packers get 3 out of it, but considering that they had first down at the 22-yard line, that's got to be a disappointment for the Packer offense as they have to separate the players again. So with 1:29 remaining in the first half, the Bears lead is cut to 1, 7-6. Well, Tuesday, the holidays are supposed to be festive and fun, but when Bill has a nervous breakdown, they're a real drag on an all-new King of the Hill, followed by an all-new Holding the Baby, and Guinness World Records. It all starts at 8, 7 Central on Fox Tuesday.
That guy's goofy.
You noticed?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I got one of those hats at home. That guy is just, I don't even know what the word is for him. There's no adjective made for that. You can put a block of cheese on top of your bear helmet.
Seven plays, netted only 12 yards for the Packers. They had their best field position of the game and could get only a field goal from Ryan Longwell. So 7-6 the score. Clint Milburn back at the goal line and Longwell to kick off. Bears have 2 timeouts remaining. Longwell's kick. Milburn returning from the 2. And he brings it out just beyond the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at the Bears' offense. Defensively, they have been superb, especially in pass coverage. Scoring a touchdown on their first possession, getting the ball on the Packer 48. A 43-yard run by former Packer Edgar Bennett, and a touchdown run by Stenstrom, but they've had to punt their last 3 times.
Well, you take away that 43-yard run, you got 28, you got 33 yards of offense.
Again, Darren Sharper playing at cornerback in place of Craig Newsome, who has the bruised knee. First down at the 23-yard line for Steve Stenstrom and the Bears. And the pass intended, very awkward-looking play developing to Edgar Bennett.
Well, he threw a bullet to Bennett. You can't. That's a touch pass in that instance. Screens are timing, and Stenstrom. That should be a little bit of touch over there to Edgar Bennett, but instead he threw himself a pretty good bullet.
Stenstrom would like to forget his NFL debut against the Packers 2 years ago. Suffered a broken ankle on the first series and was out for the year. He's lasted longer today. 2nd and 10. And a wraparound draw to Edgar Bennett. And not much there. And once again, the Packers defense comes up big. And Green Bay, sensing that they have another opportunity to get the ball back with time, calling a timeout.
Santana Dotson made that play. When I watch this defensive line, Santana Dotson he's their best player. Now, Reggie has all those sacks, but Santana Dotson's been the most consistent. What he does exceptionally well is he plays with his hands inside really well. And then he's kind of a squirmy guy. But he gets his hands and he locks out. And then he's able to come off the blocks. And that is what separates him from the other defensive linemen. The others aren't getting off the blocks like Santana Dotson does.
Gilbert Brown not even in the game right now, Matt. Billy Lyon, a first-year player from Marshall, the same school that produced Randy Moss, has seen considerable action in this first half.
Yeah, what he's done is he's run down on kickoff. He's got 3, you'll start losing all these people, and you have to fill in, and where it doesn't only show up on your main, offensive defense, but also in your special teams. So you have a 300-pounder running down to cover kicks.
And one leading cheers on the sideline. 3rd down and 10. 3 wide receivers for the Bears. They're going to keep it on the ground. Edgar Bennett, nothing doing. And that'll bring up 4th down. Billy Lyon, who we were just talking about, was in on the play to stop Bennett, and Brett Favre will have some time as the Packers use up another timeout.
One thing about Favre is he is always into the game. I love to see that in a player. Now, I like to see a guy who's thinking about and being in the game constantly. See Andy Reid, the quarterback coach right here. Andy Reid will, everybody's wearing green shirts. You see this? Everybody wears green. Andy Reid will look like a big fat orange over there. And the reason for that is Favre has to be able to look to the sideline and see the one orange shirt. So then he knows what he's looking for in case there has to be hand signals. The other guy who does that is the special teams coach, Johnny Holland.
Mike Horan with the kick and the fair catch called for by Roel Preston. And the Packers with 1:02 on the clock and 1 timeout left will start from their 40-yard line. And the big play of the game on the opening drive by the Bears by Edgar Bennett coming home.
Well, in essence, you're looking at the Bears' first half offense. That's been it. Of course, that's given them 7 points, and it's been enough so far in this game. Because defensively, the Bears have been covering the heck out of the Packers. I mean, it's not even close. Because of that coverage, Favre hasn't been able to find anybody. And even on some of the balls that he's thrown, there's been coverage, but he threw it anyway.
And there have been 3 sacks today by the Bears. Not normally proficient in that department. Packers from their 40-yard line, first down, and the screen pass to William Henderson, and the fullback will get about 7 or 8 yards on the play. The clock continues to run. Pack has 1 more timeout, at least to try to get into field goal range. Familiar scene from last week against Tampa Bay down the stretch. 38 seconds now on the clock. Favre again can't find anyone. He drills it, and the pass is caught by Mays, but the clock continues to run, and the Packers will use their 3rd and final timeout with 29 seconds to go. So the play took a lot of time, Matt, and receivers covered. Finally, Mays got open.
That was a good job, though, by the defender to make sure he doesn't get out of bounds. Mays does an excellent job of coming back to the ball along the sideline. Now, the Bears are defending the sideline. They don't want to stop the clock. They want to force him to use that last timeout. So Favre buys the extra time. He finds Mays. Now watch the excellent job by Hilliard to make the tackle and keep him in bounds. That forces them to use the timeout. Where that comes in handy now is if they do have a chance to make a play, they're going to have to run their kicking team onto the field without the benefit of having that opportunity to stop the clock.
29 seconds remaining, and the Packers have no more timeouts. Last week against Tampa Bay, all they managed in the first half were 2 field goals. That's what they've got right now.
You can still use the whole field and then kill the clock with 30 seconds. You have enough time.
First down at the 43. Favre looking for a receiver, and the pass nearly intercepted by Marty Carter, and it's incomplete. Will bring up second down. Mays was the intended receiver.
They're still trying to use the sideline to stop the clock. My feeling is now, 29 seconds, you can use the middle of the field. You don't have to use the sideline because you have enough time to run up and spike the clock and stop it.
Second down and 10.
Roethlisberger jumped on the left side, and that's going to give him 5 more yards to work with.
Ryan Longwell's longest field goal is 50 yards, in case you're wondering. He's only tried 2 over 50 in his career.
He hit from 43 earlier today.
False start, offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty.
Right on Ross Burba and his false start. So now they'll spot the ball at the Bear 48-yard line. And, you know, it's going to be quite a run for Favre to get up there and spike the ball and get everyone set at this point.
You still have enough time. If he can make a throw to about the 25-yard line.
Second and 15, the pass on the out to Shimura. And Shimura goes out of bounds and stops the clock with 18 seconds. He got 8 yards on the play.
You're still going. Now you really defend the sideline. Defend the sideline. What the Green Bay Packers are doing is they're flooding that one side. Then they're buying time with Favre by rolling out over this way. Then they're sending everybody to this side of the field. 1 deep, 1 intermediate, and then somebody dragging underneath.
Dorsey Levens is split to the top of your picture on 3rd down and 7. And time beginning to run out. Here is the pass, and Antonio Freeman makes the catch.
That's beautiful.
And stops the clock, pushed out of bounds. A good call by the officials. And now Ryan Longwell has a much better opportunity. Walt Harris covering, made the push. Good catch by Freeman.
Well, Harris does the only thing he can do. They run that out. Favre's arm gets the ball there. He's hit, They had both feet in anyway. That's a good call by the official.
So the officials say that if he were not hit, he would have come back with both feet inbounds.
And then John Theory is playing the best I've seen him over there on Ross Verba. He's giving Verba fits. He's hit Favre a few times.
12 seconds on the clock. The Packers from the 22. Let's see if Favre wants to go in the end zone on this one, or if the Bears will let him. There's the throw into the end zone. Shimura.
Oh, unbelievable. Oh, he dropped it.
Could not hold on. Would have been a sensational leaping catch by the tight end with Terry Cousin, who...
They're down to 2 seconds. Favre saw him. You're going to watch. They're going to make contact. Favre and Shimura. Favre sends him deep. He goes up. Look, that ball is there.
Coming down, he could not hold on.
Couldn't hold on to it.
So Ryan Longwell will attempt a 40-yard field goal. He is connected from 35 and 43 yards. And trying to give the Packers the lead at halftime. And Longwell's kick is good as time runs out. The Green Bay Packers, relying on 3 field goals by Ryan Longwell, take their first lead of the game. And that is the end of the first half with the score. The Packers 9 and the Bears 7. Fox NFL Sunday will continue as JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris will bring you the Visa halftime report after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa, the preferred card of the NFL that's everywhere you want to be.
As we welcome you to the Visa halftime, an anemic running game by Green Bay is hurting them. Edgar Bennett, former Packer, has 61 yards already.
Reggie White said, let's go, Lambeau, pick it up. But it's former Pack. Edgar Bennett breaks off right tackle. Great block by Todd Perry on linebacker George Coons, 43 yards out of bounds. Eye back. Play action inside, leads everybody inside. Then Stenstrom rolls right, 1-yard touchdown run. It's Bears 7. Pack comes back. It's 9-7. Big first half by far.
Formation again?
Aye.
Chris Chandler.
Warming up. Yes, sirree. Fires left. Deep crossing route. Mathis out at the 1-yard line. Then that led to a Bob Christensen touchdown. It's 7-0. But then back comes Chandler again. Corner safety collide, 62-yarder. Yards later, Mathis scores 14-0 New Orleans. And then, watch this. Chandler pass, looking left, firing right. Hey, Fred Weary, where have you been? Where have I been? This is my second pick of the day, Terry. But this is my first return on the year for a touchdown. Atlanta 14, Saints 7. Whoa.
Falcons halfway to the NFC West title. Coy Detmer, what happened?
Coy Detmer back right, all-out blitz, fires left. He reads the blitz, safety hangs in the middle. Who is it? Tommy Bennett, son of Tony Bennett. You know, I left my heart in San Francisco. He takes this baby 70 yards. It's Arizona 10-0. And then back comes one of the great names in football. Deuce Staley sets up the block, comes back inside, and he will take it 30 yards. It's Arizona 10-7. It's 10-10. Got a game.
Deuce, career high 118 yards in the first half. Buccaneers still hoping for a playoff spot, nursing a 3-point lead over the Steelers.
Carolina on their way looking to get a big top pick, hopefully to stop this defense. Trent Green fakes left, rolls right, linebackers get out of position, and there's your man Albert Connell, 16-yard touchdown, 7-0 Washington. Skip Hicks in for the injured Terry Allen. He goes in from 5 yards out, 21-3. And then Kevin Green gets into it with linebacker coach Kevin Steele. They make up, they patch up, kiss, everything. Christmas gifts are in the mail. We got a 21-3 game until this happens. Block punt. What? Block punt. That's what I said. Dwight Stone. Watch. Well, let it all clear out, folks. And then Dwight Stone scoops it up. 21-10, and then another score, 21-17, and then hang on, JB. I know you're hyperventilating, but the Washington, they still got a 4-point lead.
I love it when you talk to yourself, TB. Giants nursing a 4-point lead over the Broncos. Broncos trying to get 19 straight, including playoffs.
Oilers, Jaguars, tied up 10-all. That's right.
Hey, what's happened to the Raiders?
Raiders, Howie hadn't got his money, and then Chris Collinsworth picked the Raiders to win this game on his other show.
I did not.
Rams quarterback Tony Banks torn MCL. Rams on top of the Patriots 17-6.
Bengals, Colts over over them 24-6. Peyton Manning, my rookie of the year. Bengals, as long as you have those ugly uniforms, you will continue to lose.
Now, I know, Chris, you were talking about Green Bay and Dallas, top of the show, relative to the playoffs, but the anemic running game plaguing Green Bay right now.
Yeah, and for Brett Favre, you just don't see him very often look as hard as he's having to look for a wide receiver. He's dropping back in the pocket. He's looking here, looking here, looking here. There's just nobody open down the field. They really have to get these receivers healthy.
Yeah, this is the same defense that got lit up last week by Minnesota. Remarkable that Green Bay, you know, we talked about them being in position to be in the playoffs. They're not concerned about it. They're going to get healthy. They're going to get the people in place. But at some point, they've got to turn it around and start playing good football if they're going to have a shot.
Terry's football knowledge is superb, but Howie, you and I were smiling at that formation. How did you pronounce that?
I-back.
I-back.
Yeah,
I-back.
I-back.
All right.
That's
Second half of Chicago, Green Bay.
Well, you want to
right
make
after
fun of
this.
me.
You're always
Like
on
you
my
thought
case.
perfect.
You're always
Like
on my
you
case.
thought- like you
Second
thought
half
perfect.
coming up in a minute. I absolutely do.
Back here at halftime, where the Green Bay Packers lead the Chicago Bears by a score of 9-7, and this week's You Call It bonus question on the internet, and hope you're all playing along. Which team will have more total yards in the second half? Log on to foxsports.com to play You Call It. Now we also have the internet poll at the pregame show. The question, and here are the results. Should instant replay be used in the playoffs? Overwhelmingly, the 1,300 votes, yes, 83%, no, 17%. And who's the best dressed player in the NFL? Chris Carter from Boca Raton, Florida, where I live, 37%. I'm not surprised at that. Let's talk about the replay for the playoffs first, man.
I disagree. I don't think you should put it in. I don't care what the poll says. You can't all of a sudden just drop a system. It has to be something that you work all season long. And so in the middle of the season, at the halfway mark, you think, I have this system down pretty well. But now you take it and you just drop it on the playoff teams. You don't even give the teams in the regular season a chance. I think that's wrong.
Were you insulted that you weren't on the list for best dressed?
I didn't know that I wasn't. Farmers Quarterly, like Bradshaw said, is that's where I get all my fashion tips. I dress like a cow. What can I tell you?
Enough said. We'll be back more in a moment. Returning to Lambeau Field, Dick Stockton and Matt Millen, and getting ready for the second half with the Packers in front 9-7. Field goal by Ryan Longwell with final seconds, giving the Packers their only lead of the game. Let's take a look now at the halftime numbers.
Now you can see right here 75 total yards, and you can take away the 43 on that one run, and they really haven't done much at all. 21 yards of rushing yards. But when you look at what the Chicago Bears have done defensively, that's really their key, because their secondary has played very, very well, and they're giving Ross Verba fits on the one side and getting some pressure, and they're going to have to adjust to that left side. The Green Bay Packers will, and also get some people open in the second half.
Ryan Longwell kicking off to Glenn Milburn to get the third quarter underway. Milburn on the return, and he is down at the 20-yard line, and 3 coverage sacks by the Bears defense as an exclamation point. 2 wide receivers for the Chicago Bears. Bobby Ingram having a big year, and Curtis Conway, who's had better seasons. They haven't had many opportunities.
Well, here's the one I'd take exception to. There's the 0 catches for Conway, because he had an opportunity for a big play and dropped it. You can't do that. You can't do that in this league. If you're the team's big play player, you have to come through.
Bears from the 20-yard line with their first offensive play, and Stenstrom's pass is caught by Alonzo Mays, the rookie tight end from Oklahoma State, and very close to the first down. Brian Williams and Bernardo Harris, a pair of linebackers, making the tackle.
Dick, now you take your best corner. Well, you take your corner out of there in Newsome, and you put Sharper out there, who's really a safety. See, in my mind, you have to go after that. You have to make Sharper prove to you, and it's right down here. So you have to make Sharper prove to you that you can play corner.
Second down and 1, and Edgar Bennett runs for the first down, and a helmet is lost in the process.
That's Edgar. He's probably smiling at the bottom of that pile. Here he comes. The happiest man in the National Football League is Edgar Bennett. I think he's just a joy to be around. And he gets my own personal vote for best dressed player in the National Football, because he has my coat. He has my fur coat. And when he wears that, I know he looks good.
You never asked for it back.
Heck, I look like Sasquatch in it. He looks good.
First down at the 34-yard line for the Bears. Going with two tight ends with Wetnight and Mays. And the pass is caught by Ryan Wetnight going down the sidelines. And the Bears have yet another first down. Pat Terrell knocking Wetnight out of bounds, but not before the Bears get 14 yards.
You can't throw the ball down the field, just chip underneath. If you catch them in the coverage, they're dropping people off. Hey, you just keep on moving the ball down. That's as good as anything.
Stenstrom was 4 for 8 and only 18 yards, and that was reflected in Ingram and Conway's numbers in the first half. Bears and the Packers both getting good yardage on first down. Bears nearly 9. Edgar Bennett, and nothing there. Bennett, by the way, injured last year, missed all of last season with a torn Achilles tendon, which he suffered in the first preseason game. Was the Packers' leading rusher the year they won the Super Bowl, and regained the starting role that he had earlier when Curtis Enos went out.
Bears are not really running the football inside at all. So take away that one run, they haven't done anything running the ball.
Second down and 9 on the Bears side of the field to 49. Stenstrom's pass, and falling down was Mays, but he managed to keep his balance, hold on to the ball into Packer territory where Leroy Butler covered him on the play. A pickup of 3 yards. That'll bring up third down and about 6 or 7 for Chicago.
Remember last week they were just awful on third down conversions, and Wannstedt said he wanted to get in third and manageable, and this is manageable. Third and about 6 or so is something that you can do.
Marcus Robinson, number 88, in as the third wide receiver. There you see what the Bears have done on third downs today. Stenstrom getting pressure up front and going deep for Conway, who's open, and he can't hold on as he was going out of bounds. Curtis Conway has beaten the defender by a good 10 yards. That was Sharper, and that will bring up fourth down. So close.
That was a double move, and Sharper bit. You're going to watch right there. There's the bite. Now he's wide open. Now here's again. This is an opportunity. You can't drop that ball. You cannot drop the ball. I don't care if it's a tough catch. You're your team's big play player. Make a big play.
And that's the second one he's dropped at just about the same area today. So fourth down, and Mike Horan with the kick, and it's a good one. Flag is down, and a fair catch called for by Roel Preston at about the 10-yard line, but there's a penalty marker upfield.
One of the things that came out of instant replay was crew conferences and
illegal man downfield.
And prior to that, you didn't have a lot of the referees getting together and discussing things, but since that time, they'd run, they'd have to look at the replay, and then they got rid of the replay, but they still had the conferences, so it still slows things down.
No, they should never say it's instant replay because it's never instant.
Well, you have instant cereal, you got instant.
Illegal substitution on the defensive team. The player left the bench during the play, entered the field of play. Penalty is declined. First down, Green Bay.
The Packers will be starting from about the 10-yard line. What was that, said Mike Holmgren. Well, we know what this was. This was a drop pass by Curtis Conway.
Second missed opportunity.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Gateway. Let's talk about your Gateway.
From the 9-yard line, the handoff is to Dorsey Levens. And nothing doing for Dorsey Levens, who's seeing more and more action since returning to play from his injury.
You wonder what that penalty was. They had only 9 guys here. Somebody had run off. Scott McGarrahan sees it, and he runs onto the field right there. He runs on, and that gives them 10, but you can't come off the sideline like that. They still were 1 man short.
2nd down and 10 at the 9-yard line as Brett Favre looking left, and the pass is intercepted by Walt Harris, who dances in for the touchdown.
Boy, he jumped that well before the ball was even thrown. Favre was looking for the quick slant to Antonio Freeman. Walt Harris saw it, and that's as good a break on a ball as you're going to see ever.
Brett Favre with his 2nd interception, and this one really hurts as the Bears get a defensive touchdown, and an easy one. Walt Harris with the score.
Watch right here. Watch, look at him jump. He broke on that ball. He broke as soon as Favre looked. And that's great anticipation. And now the Bears are going to go for 2.
13-yard pass play, or interception, I should say. Walt Harris, and now they go for the 2-point conversion. They're leading 13-9. Stenstrom with a fade, and he was going for Marcus Robinson, who was defended by Tyrone Williams. So the 2-point conversion fails, and the Bears, though, regain the lead on the interception by Harris, who scores the touchdown. The Bears now lead the Packers 13-9. Walt Harris with his first NFL touchdown and his 2nd interception in as many weeks. Picked one off against the Vikings, and the Bears last returned an interception for a score back in September of '96. Donnell Wolford. And Chicago leading Green Bay 13-9, and the kickoff by Jager. And here is Roel Preston on the return. There's another penalty marker down, and Preston going out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Flag is down upfield at the 35. Brett Favre now has thrown 21 interceptions this season. 2 in this game. Offsides called against the Bears.
Offside. Kicking team. Penalty declined. 1st down, Green Bay.
Well, tonight, after an all-new World's Funniest, celebrate Christmas Simpsons style. Then the holidays come alive on an all-new That 70s Show, followed by guest stars Ed Asner and Lily Tomlin on an all-new Christmas episode of The X-Files. It all starts tonight at 7, 6 Central, right here on Fox. Packers decline the penalty, and you can see the glum look on the faces of the fans in their Packer Christmas hats. 1st down at the 33-yard line.
Santa's not real pleased. Anytime a Santa drops his beard, that's not a good sign.
Slippage of the beard. Here's the pass out to Freeman, and Antonio Freeman picks up about 5 on 1st down. Silent Lambeau Field right now, and this is a big rivalry regardless of the team's records. Bears coming in with a 5-game losing streak at 3-10. But this rivalry is the oldest in NFL history. 2nd down and 5 from the Packer 38. Russell Copeland is in at wide receiver, but the handoff goes to Levens. And Levens gets the 1st down, it appears. Should move the chains.
1st down. Surprised they haven't run the ball more than they have today. Just tried to keep on pounding it.
Packers need a victory and some help if they are to earn a playoff berth this afternoon. 1st down on the 44-yard line. Favre looking to throw on play action, and the pass throw behind Freeman. Flag down. And let's see if there's an interference call. Walt Harris had the coverage of Antonio Freeman, and it appears to be against Chicago.
Freeman again working down. Harris didn't get his hands on him very much, but that's what they're going to call right at the end. Was that hand that the official saw his hand on the shoulder and given a pull. Personally, to me, that's not even
incidental. You would say,
I mean,
right?
You got to let him play out there.
Harris, who just moments ago returned an interception 13 yards for a Bear touchdown, called for one there. So a 1st down for the Packers. There at the 49-yard line. The pitch is to Levens. Dorsey Levens going outside, and Minter does a good job of catching up with him and picking up 2 yards on the play. Well, let's focus in on the NFC playoff picture right now. The Vikings, Falcons, and Cowboys lead their respective divisions. The 49ers are in the playoffs. Packers trying to get there today, but these would be the wild card teams and contenders. The Niners, the Packers, and the Cardinals, Bucks, and Saints fighting for the 3rd and final wild card berth. And still alive, several other teams. 2nd down and 8. And Favre completes it to Derek Mays, and that should be enough for the first down inside the Bear 40-yard line. Terry Cousin was defending.
Favre threw that ball before Mays ever broke. And that's one of those timing that you work every day at practice from the beginning of training camp out. Favre sees him, knows where he's going to be, just steps and throws. Right before that, before he ever made the break, that ball was in the air.
But the Packers short on receivers. Robert Brooks out with the hamstring pull. Bill Schrader out for the year. 2-to-1 ratio, pass to throw. And there's Levens on the running play, and now you see why. Dorsey Levens thrown for the loss by Brian Robinson, the defensive end, who's a former St. Louis Ram.
It was a nice job by Robinson. He made the tackle. He made Rivera miss and still ducked down inside. He comes down, he gets a hand. That ball almost flopped out of there. He tried to strip it. Ooh, it did come out. One thing in this league, when there's a loose ball, boy, there's going to be a lot of people diving for it.
Brian Robinson in his 3rd season, starting at defensive end. 2nd down, 13. After the loss on the play, Favre has some time, and the pass nearly picked off by Marlon Forbes, the nickel back. So that was not a good throw, although it was a zinger by Brett Favre.
These Bears have not stopped the coverage, and they covered the heck out of them in the first half, and they're doing it again here in the second half. Forbes can make that because he had help on top of him. So he can be a little bit more aggressive on the underneath side. There's a safety sitting right on top of him.
3rd down passing for Favre, 4 of 6. Twice he has gotten the first down. He needs 13 yards on this play. And Favre's pass, and the pass is caught by Derek Mays. Juggled it for the moment, but hung on before he went out of bounds. The Bears are signaling over at the sideline that he didn't have control as he went out of bounds.
So see what Holmgren is saying, and he's right. Mays, it's where the ball is. Watch Mays. He puts the ball out forward to go past the first down mark. Watch, there's the catch. He has it. Now watch him. He puts it out, tries to get it in front of the yard marker.
Didn't make it. It's 4th down, and the Packers will go for it, needing less than a yard. 4th and less than 1. Tight formation, and Favre on the slant completes to Antonio Freeman, and it takes 3 to bring him down. Finally blown dead at the 12-yard line of the Bears, but a 4th down conversion for the Packers.
How gutsy of a call is that, Dick? Favre just threw one that same route for 6 the other way, just not 6 plays ago.
That's why he's a gunslinger. He keeps coming back.
He just came right back, and a gutsy call. You're going to have everybody crowded inside. You have one shot. It has to be a perfect throw. Harris has the coverage. The ball was thrown where it had to be, and a big first down.
Packers trailing by 4, but they have a first down on the Bears' 12-yard line. Favre rolling out, looking for a target. He has one in Levens, and Dorsey goes down at about the 7-yard line. Favre has always appreciated Levens as a pass receiver and threw to him often in the first couple of games this season before Levens got hurt.
It's really amazing that Dorsey Levens is playing right now. There's a lot of people who know that injury who said that was it for the season, and he's back. You know, the Packers put a pool in. I don't know what the heck the exact term of it is, but he lived in that thing.
He got back quicker than most expected. 10th play of the drive, 2nd down and 4. Barb drills it. Freeman, the intended receiver, but it just zinged by him, and that will bring up 3rd down and 4. Throwing bullets out there today.
Boy, he really is. And trying to get back inside. Oh boy, that should have been 6, but that was far. That's a far. I mean, that, you know, he had Parrish, the safety, coming in. He knew he had to beat Parrish to the ball, to the receiver, and the ball was thrown right where it had to be. Should have been 6, but he didn't catch it. Got to make that play.
3rd down and 4. 3 receivers flanked out. The ball is at the 6. And Levens goes in motion, and there is the pass to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Mark Shimura. Oh, reliable for Brett Favre.
Well, he knew we wanted to go right away. He had Shimura out there on Hilliard, and he's thinking that that is a mismatch. Remember, right before the half, he tried to throw it out to Shimura on a tremendous throw. Shimura couldn't quite hold on to it. This one, however, he does. Working outside, a big target, throw it up high, let it be physical, make the catch. As a defender, you're looking at the receiver, and you're going to go up when he goes up.
Ryan Longwell with the extra point. It's good, and the Packers have regained the lead. And Mark Shimura, who has caught 4 touchdown passes this year, 3 of them in the last 2 weeks. Packers by 3.
Emmitt Smith and the Cowboys continue their drive for an NFC East title as they battle the Chiefs. The doubleheader action continues next on Fox.
16-13, the Packers lead the Bears with 5:31 remaining in the 3rd quarter. An 11-play drive capped by Favre's touchdown pass to Mark Shimura. Brett Favre 6 of 8 in that drive, including a 4th and 1 pass to Antonio Freeman. Ryan Longwell kicking off. Lynn Milburn returning for Chicago. Milburn carries it out close to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Bears will go to work. 5:21 to go, but the Bears are giving the Packers all they can handle in what has now become a seesaw game at Lambeau.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. By Interstate Batteries, the official battery of the family car. By Walmart, always low prices, always. And by Taco Bell.
Back here at Lambeau Field, Matt Millen saying that the Bears need defense, field position, and turnovers to hang in there against the Packers. They've gotten it thus far, trailing by 3, starting from the 28-yard line. Steve Stenstrom in his 5th start at quarterback, and his pass caught by Robert Chansey, who's making his first appearance as a fullback for the Bears today. Right now, James Brown and an NFL update. JB?
Hey, Dick and Matt, take a look at Chandler here being hit by Keith Mitchell. The fumble is picked up by Mark Fields. He takes it in for the 2nd defensive score for Saints today. 17-14 Atlanta. That in the 3rd. Back to Dick and Matt.
All right, thank you very much, JB. And, of course, that game has an effect on the Packers' efforts to get into the playoffs today. 2nd down and 4 for the Bears.
Leroy Butler down here. He's getting some nose trouble.
And the pitch goes to Edgar Bennett, and Butler gets right in there in a hurry, and there'll be a loss of a couple on the play. 7 yards, actually, and that will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, when I say about nose trouble, that's no trouble for the Packers, because what Leroy Butler has, see him out here, is excellent instincts. And Fritz Shurmur, their defensive coordinator, knows that. So he's going to keep him at the line of scrimmage as much as he can. When you have Leroy Butler, you have a playmaker. And when you have him at the line of scrimmage, you increase your ability to make plays twofold, probably threefold.
3rd down and 11.
Here comes again.
And Stenstrom's pass, and a collision going on, and it's Ingram who is over there on the side, well short of the 1st down.
Great coverage by Tyrone Williams. We've not said his name very much at all.
Let's see whether they rule Ingram made the catch or not. The officials are conferring, and now they say incomplete. The field judge coming in, so it is an incompleted pass. And Bears would have punted in any event.
He goes up. Now, the officials, Boris Cheek is the field judge over there, and he's saying that the hit did not take him out of bounds, or if he would have come down here to come down out of bounds anyway.
It's a moot point since they were 8 yards shy of the first down. So Mike Horan
wants a timeout.
Ready to kick to Roel Preston, and we have a timeout called by the Bears. So Dave Wanstead calling the Bears' first timeout of the second half with 4:02 still to play. So now they say no timeout. The initial signal was timeout Chicago.
Yeah.
Was it not? And now they have to adjust the play clock. Mike Holmgren in the shade with sunglasses. Dave Wanstead in the sun does not have any. Figure that one out.
What does that mean? That means something.
Horan kicking, and Roel Preston gets by one defender, Frankie Smith, and Preston tackled at the 29-yard line. A 50-yard kick by Horan. And with 3:49 remaining in the third quarter, the Packers will get the ball back and leading the Bears by 3. Green Bay Packers leading 16-13.
The Packers are in the shade. Bears are in the sun. Here's the culprit right here. See, he has those photo gray lenses. That's what it is. That's not a conscious effort on his part. Inquiring minds wonder about it.
Still puzzled. First down at the 29. Favre will run out of bounds after picking up about 5. Chased there by Brian Robinson. Mike McCaskey, the president of the Bears, has not had any public comment regarding the future of Dave Wanstead, who will be suffering his 3rd losing year. But how a team performs down the stretch is always something that has to be in the mix. And the Bears have played hard all year. They've lost their quarterback, Eric Kramer. Enos, their running back, have lost 5 in a row. But a good performance here wouldn't hurt for Dave Wanstead, but it could be a long haul for him. Here is a play-action pass, and it's Derek Holmes, the running back, up the middle, and he brings it out to the first down of the 43-yard line, where Barry Minter makes the stop. 13 yards for Green Bay.
Still cannot throw the ball down the field. Favre wants to. I mean, he wants to go hard down the field, but there's nothing there. Now, this is just good patience by Favre to find his checkoff in Holmes underneath, and he easily picks up the first down.
Brett Favre has distributed the ball this way today. 9 completions to his wide receivers, and he is shorthanded in that department. Here's the pitch to Derek Holmes, looking to cut inside, but nothing doing, and no gain on the play. That was Ricardo McDonald, number 54, for the Bears.
I think this Bear defensive front has handled this running game pretty well. They've not really given up. Heck, they're under 50 yards rushing.
8 rushes, 4 yards for Holmes.
Who's really been playing well. Has a couple of 100-yard things under his belt. But this front, those 4 down linemen, those 3 backers have been playing the run pretty strong.
Holding the pack to 43 total yards rushing. Second down and 9. Deep pass downfield, and it's intended for Mays. And Terry Cousin defending on the field on the play. Now Cousin been in there since Tom Carter, who went out in week 4 with a broken collarbone. Cousin did not start the season in the defensive backfield for Chicago.
He's not going to let him get beat deep. That's a speed route with a non-speed guy. Kirk Mays isn't going to run by very many guys. Favre thought he'd take a chance down the field. Cousin just giving a cushion, turn and run. That's kind of almost a give up.
Bill Schrader, who may have the best speed of the wide receivers, out for the year with a broken collarbone. That's Russell Copeland, signed this week. Brian Manning brought up from the practice squad. There is Brooks. Ailing again. Third down and 9 at the 44-yard line. Favre with a tough pass across the field. The catch is made by Mays, and it should be another first down for the Bears. That was a gutty play by Brett Favre on a long pass.
That was a good job by Mays of making that catch. He's not a speed guy, but he's got excellent hands. And he's got a big body. Watch the concentration. Just take the nesty plunge right into the sideline.
And it's tough to throw those outs. And Favre does it as well as anyone.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Packers with a first down on the Bears 46. Here's Freeman. And Freeman will get about 8 yards on the play. Want to remind you, the second half of our Fox NFL doubleheader, the Dallas Cowboys, who are hoping to nail down the NFC East title. They'll need to win and get some help today with an Arizona loss. Take on the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Some of you will see the Vikings, with only one loss this year, take on the Baltimore Ravens in an interconference battle. First down for the Packers on the 36. In the sunshine part of the field, Derek Holmes. Well, he took a hit.
I think he took a hit from his own guy, William Henderson. William Henderson, watch, he's going to go out to the outside. Here's his lead block right there, Henderson. He's going to turn the corner. Now you're looking for somebody. Watch this hit. Henderson hits him with his shoulder. He's trying to block outside, but I think that the biggest hit of the day so far that I've seen was an inadvertent shoulder by his fullback.
Holmes goes out. Dorsey Levens comes into the game. 2nd and 9. Time running out in the third quarter. And here is Favre. Good coverage again by the Bears. And Favre gets away.
He's got guys here.
And his pass is tipped away. Incomplete. Finally, Antonio Freeman was the receiver he went to, but the Bears did a great job of covering those receivers downfield, and 5 seconds remain.
Favre's mad at himself. He had Derek Mays down here all by himself. He's going to go down and buy a bunch of time. Buy time. Now Freeman is going to come back inside, but no, look down here. Look at these guys. All by himself, and he squared his shoulders. He had Mays here, he had Henderson inside, and he decided to try to hit Freeman to the middle.
Sean Lee very nearly got too far. So 5 seconds to go in the quarter. 3rd and 9. And Favre sings it. And let's see if it's picked off or caught. Freeman makes the catch. Freeman makes the catch at the 12. Terry Cousin gambling for the interception, and it backfired, and Freeman makes the play as time runs out, and that is the end of the third quarter with a score. Packers 16 and the Bears 13. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after a word from your local Fox station. Welcome back to Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The Packers leading the Bears 16-13 as we get ready to begin the fourth quarter. Dick Stockton along with Matt Millen. Antonio Freeman just making a terrific catch in traffic. The drive started on the Packers 29. This is the 10th play of the drive. They have a first down on the Chicago 13. Dorsey Levens moving to the left, and Favre gets it off, and the pass is caught by Freeman, gets in for the touchdown.
You see Freeman down there? He's pointing to his jaw saying, no, I ain't jumping into the stands this week. My jaw's broke. As soon as he went into the end zone, he ran into the corner and looked into the stands, and his fans were going, come on. And he pointed to his jaw and said, no, can't do it this week.
10th touchdown catch of the year for Antonio Freeman. And the Packer fans enjoying a 22-13 lead, and Ryan Longwell makes it 23-13, and the biggest lead for either side today on the first play of the fourth quarter. And Freeman is going to keep that as a souvenir because it's the 5th 100-yard.
He's giving it to somebody over there.
Gone over 100 yards for the 5th time this year, and gave the football to a friend.
Well, it's a crossing route underneath. He caught him in the zone. He just runs away from the linebackers. Now watch him as he goes into the end zone. The fans are wanting him to come in, give that Lambeau leap. Now watch him. No, can't do it. See, no, see, can't do it. See, the jaw hurts too much. Everybody up here is saying jump, and he's going, no, I can't do it today.
Any other time but now. And Brett Favre who has thrown 2 touchdown passes since the Bears took a 13-9 lead in the third quarter. One to Shimura, and this last one to Freeman for 13 yards, and the Packers lead by 10.
Actually, he's got 3 touchdown passes today. Of course, one of them is to Harris.
Right.
But it was a nice throw.
Rather not talk about that one in the Brett Favre household. Longwell to kick off. Milburn is the deep man. Lynn Milburn. And again, the Bears not gotten much on their return game today. And right now, let's check in with James Brown for an NFL update.
Hey, Dick and Bob, you both know that Arizona is in the playoff hunt, but by no means a lock. Hurting themselves here as Coy Detmer finds Irving Fryar. That touchdown toss there has put Philly up now 17-10. 17 unanswered points in the fourth. Back to Dick and Matt.
So the Eagles giving the Cardinals a big threat today, and there is the scoring play. 10 plays, 71 yards. Brett Favre 5 for 7 on that drive. Well, the Packers would benefit with an Arizona loss today.
Since the Eagles got Coy Detmer there, they have somebody who can make some plays. They've been a different team.
First down for the Bears on their 23. Bears trailing by 10. To give us to Edgar Bennett. And Bennett picking up about 4 yards on the play. Brian Williams there.
It's always different when you're on a team for a long time and you come back to play them. I was with the Raiders there for 10 years, and the first time I played them, it was a weird experience because it was all your buddies.
Did you play them in Oakland?
I played them in San Francisco, and and it was hard to really take any good cheap shots against your friends.
Yeah. Second down and 6. Stenstrom completes to Conway, and a first down at the 38-yard line. Again, the story with the Packers, they need to win today, and either a Tampa Bay loss or tie, or the combination of an Arizona and New Orleans loss or tie. They've got to have both of those teams lose on the other part of the equation for the Packers to get into the playoffs this afternoon.
How about Denver losing by a point right now in the fourth quarter to the Giants? The Giant defense must be playing really well.
Easy to get primed for an undefeated team. Bears on their 39-yard line. Early here in the fourth. Stenstrom swings it out to Bennett. And Edgar Bennett, extending himself, is about 4 yards shy of the first down. George Kuntz was out there on the cover.
Defensively, the Green Bay Packers have done an excellent job. I mean, here we are at 13 minutes to go. They're at about 130 yards of total offense for the Chicago Bears. Now, that's either great defense or really horrible offense. And the one thing that the Bears haven't been able to do is they've had 2 opportunities to Conway down the field where the ball was thrown well, and he hasn't been able to come up with a catch.
69 yards for 10 completions is not very impressive. Hand off to Bennett. Edgar Bennett charging for the first down, very close to the sticks, about a yard off midfield. Reggie White was in on the play. His name hasn't been called much this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been kind of quiet over there. He's playing against old Big Cat Williams. Cat, one of the biggest men in the National Football League. Noticing, and James Williams doesn't bend real well through his hips and knees, and as you get older, you lose even more of that. And notice watching him on tape, he's going to really have to work at bending this offseason.
A good job keeping Reggie White away from it as they measure for the first down. White coming in leading with 15 sacks in the league, and there you see short by inches.
Well, what Reggie has turned into now, when Reggie was young, he had great power and speed that was remarkable, really. He could turn the corner like a little guy. Now he can't turn that corner like he did. He's more of a power rusher. And against a guy like Big Cat Williams, who's a big man, it's hard to throw that 350 pounds around.
Third down and inches for the Bears. And the quarterback sneak. And he may get it. He didn't really need much.
Well, the initial pop was there. He just kind of slid to the right a little bit. And I believe, yeah, he looks like he did get the first down.
It is a first down for the Bears. With 3 minutes gone by here in this fourth quarter, the Bears, who scored first and stunned the Packers, led 7-0. Big disparity in first downs in this game. Really, the Bears have not done much offensively.
Now they took Reggie White and they moved him inside. Packers right over the nose, double reduce. They're going to take, watch this matchup right in here.
Stenstrom getting rid of it in a hurry, and Ingram with a very tough catch thrown behind him, but he managed to hold on and pick up about 3 yards on the play.
I like that. That's smart football by Fritz Shermer. So what he's going to do, he's going to try to take this guy and cover up the guards. Then he's going to take Reggie White and try to go one way or the other and then bring a blitzer. You're so concerned with Reggie, somebody's going to come free. In this instance, it's Pat Terrell. Smart. In fact, I watched that on tape just this morning.
You just got done talking about how tough it was against Big Cat Williams, and then he moved him in the middle. So it's 2nd down and 7 for Chicago. 3 wide receivers for Stenstrom. Under pressure now, and he dumps it off to Bennett. And Bennett still on his feet. Edgar Bennett very close to another first down. Darren Sharper finally puts the seal on him, but great second and third effort by the former Packer.
Nice job by Stenstrom right at the start, because Bill Lyon, 98, does an excellent job, but he's able to take that, just a little bit of movement, and then watch Edgar Bennett. Makes 1 guy miss, makes 2 guys miss, 3 guys miss, 4 guys miss, and then he's finally down.
So we have another 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Ty Halleck and Edgar Bennett in the eye. Play fake. Stenstrom's pass in traffic, and it's Ryan Wetnight, the tight end. He makes the catch for a first down. 2 defenders on Wetnight, and Bernardo Harris on the play.
Now this is pretty dangerous call, because they're going to block down, and they're going to leave Reggie White be taken on by Edgar Bennett. And yeah, he gets run over, but not before he gives Stenstrom enough time to get rid of that ball. I don't understand that a lot of times. They'll block down and they'll expect the running back to take on a guy like Reggie White, who incidentally has come out of the game being replaced by Keith McKenzie.
9th play of the drive. Robert Chansey, number 38, has moved in at fullback. Ball at the 37, and Stenstrom getting some time, and the pass, tough one to make. 2 defenders crossing in front of Curtis Conway, and Stenstrom may have been fortunate there. That ball wasn't intercepted.
That was a good job by Sharper, who got his jam and forced it upfield. And what he wants to do is he wants to force him to go out. Does a nice job. That's a hard throw. He does an even better job of sinking back to the inside, because that play is the responsibility of Leroy Butler to come from the middle of the field outside.
Remember, Darren Sharper started the game with free safety, then had to play full-time cornerback when Craig Newsome couldn't go on and came out with a bruised knee. 2 tight ends, 2nd down and 10. Stenstrom, and that was just off the mark. Conway was his target.
Bad throw. It was just going to be a quick outside, and he had something set up to pick up about maybe 4 yards or so, maybe 5 if you have a missed tackle. Instead, you go to 3rd and long, the situation that they didn't want to be in at all today.
Well, the Bears have to take advantage of all of their opportunities, and they have one now. So this is an important series for them with 9:23 to go. They're 2 scores away, and they've got to come up with something in this drive if they're to hang in there the rest of the way.
And this is the time when your big players make big plays.
11th play of the drive on 3rd and 10. Stenstrom's pass. Conway's got it, and he doesn't go anywhere as he is brought down quickly by Tyrone Williams. Gain of 6 yards, so 4th down coming up for the Bears, and decision time for Dave Wanstead.
Doesn't look like there's any decision. You have to go for it here. You haven't moved the ball well at all, and now you have your chance. It's 4th down and about 4, maybe 5, so you go for it.
Keeping the same personnel on the field. 4th down and 4. Ten of 19 this year for the Bears on 4th down. Stenstrom pass batted at the line. Santana Dotson got his hand up, and the Packers will take over on downs, leading by 10 with 8:34 remaining in regulation. So the Packers hold firm with an opportunity going by the boards for Chicago.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by The Truck, the new Chevy Silverado, Motor Trend Truck of the Year. By Microsoft, where do you want to go today? By Domino's, delivering 1 million smiles a day. And by MCI 5-cent Sundays, pay the least on the day you call the most.
Dick Stockton and Matt Millen back at Lambeau Field, where the Packers just held on 4th down defensively. Santana Dotson knocking down the pass by Stenstrom. So Green Bay and Brett Favre have the ball at the 31. Dorsey Levens running room up the middle and picks up 9 yards on the 1st down.
Let's look at that 4th down play. Santana Dotson knocked the ball down. You're going to watch him right inside. They're going to just try to make a quick throw to the outside. Stenstrom sees it. A good job of penetration by Dotson. That's the most important part. And then secondly, he felt that the ball was going to be thrown quick, and he had the presence to be able to put up his hand and knock that thing down. Normally, when the ball is knocked at the line of scrimmage, it's because you're stopped there. You have no place to go. It's been blocked. But that time, he got the penetration and was able to get his hands on it.
2nd down and 1. Levens dives forward close to the 1st down. Right now, here's JB, James Brown, with an NFL update.
Hey, Dick and Bob, Arizona doing its best to play for its playoff life. Take a look at the Snake as he drills this ball to Rob Moore. Eagles contested it, but no, the officials say it was indeed a good catch. All tied at 17 in the 4th, and as Bob mentioned, the Giants defense has been doing a good job. 13-9, New York. Back to Dick and Matt.
And how about both those games and the undefeated Broncos going against the Giants?
Well, I knew that Giant defensive front was going to give them some fits. It was whether their offense could do anything.
Here's Dorsey Levens on 1st down, and Levens still going. Got out of a pack. What a sensational run by Dorsey Levens, and everything stopped. The Bears thought they had tackled him.
That's the first run over 20 yards all season long for the Green Bay Packers. And it comes after about 4 hits. Look at this. He just runs through, keeps his feet moving, doesn't stop, and watch at the end. He almost makes a mistake of Walt Harris. And Antonio Freeman tries to block Walt Harris, thinks he's going to run through, stops. Now he gets rid of him, and he just doesn't quite have it. There's not enough Freeman to take care of Flanagan.
50-yard run by Dorsey Levens, and the Packers have a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Oh, Matt Willig decided to jump before.
Matt Willig in for Earl Dotson at right tackle.
False start. Offense. Number 76. 5-yard penalty.
The Packers are on the brink, Matt, of breaking this one open with 6:24 to go. And as you just mentioned, the 50-yard run was the longest run from scrimmage. Last week, Levens gained 17 yards against Tampa Bay, which was his personal high. Here's the finish of it.
Well, he's really come a long way for the beginning of the season. Great job by their medical staff to get that ankle ready.
Packers call a timeout, and we'll be right back. Packers have scored in every quarter of the game, and there you see Pepper Burris, the trainer, working on Earl Dotson, who came out and gave way to Matt Willig. 1st and goal at the 13-yard line following the false start by Willig, and the handoff is to Dorsey Levens, who rides to the 10-yard line. Brian Robinson making the tackle at 2nd down.
Dick, I told you about that pool that they have. It's not a regular pool. It's a rehabilitation pool. And what it is what Dorsey Levens used the whole time. And it's a pool that has an ability to force the water at you. And so you go in the tank, and it takes all the pressure off of that ankle or that leg, whatever it is, and it still gives you force to work against. And he worked on that thing from the beginning of the season on, and they really did an excellent job of getting him back.
2nd and goal. The ball is at the 10.
Matt Willig jumped on the right side.
That would be his second false start in the series.
False start offense, number 76.
You asked Dorsey Levens which was tougher, the holdout before the season, or the injury and the delay and coming back from that.
Yeah, and he didn't even hesitate. He said it was, what did he say?
Well, he said the injury was tougher. You know,
that's right.
Getting back
you
and
can tell how
watching
much I paid attention to that.
It was your question.
It was just one of those questions you throw at him just to give him something to talk about. You listen, thankfully. Frank Winters will be testing the theory of water displacement in that pool shortly.
Stay tuned. And here's Dorsey Levens, and the Levens getting inside the 15. So it'll be third down coming up for the Packers. It is 3rd and goal as the clock continues to run. Less than 5.5 minutes remaining. The Packers leading by 10. And if Arizona loses to Philadelphia and they're tied in the 4th quarter, and New Orleans does not come back against Atlanta, and the Packers hold on to their lead, they will finally get into the playoffs as a wild card team.
The Eagles just missed a field goal with around 2 minutes to go. It's still tied up.
That's the good news. Bad news is they'd have to be on the road all the way for Green Bay. 3rd and goal at the 13. Favre with a world of time. Now he runs it and gets to about the 6-yard line, and Tony Parrish came up from his free safety position.
Well, the guy who's been kind to him down here in this red zone today has been Mark Shimura. Shimura had nowhere to go with Marlon Forbes all over him. And then Antonio Freeman just trying to run an arrow route, but there's nothing there. He tried to look to Thomason as he rolled to that side, but he was covered again by Hilliard, so he just took to the old Shoe Leather Express and the turf, which incidentally is terrible. Got it.
Ryan Longwell has made 3 field goals. His last one from 40 yards put the Packers in front at halftime. This is a 24-yarder, and this kick is good. And the Packers extend their lead now to 26-13. Longwell with his 4th field goal of the afternoon. Following our game, the Cowboys and the Chiefs, the second half of the Fox doubleheader today. The Vikings and the Ravens also in action in that game at Kansas City. The Cowboys trying to nail down the NFC East title. They need to win and help. Ryan Longwell's kickoff retrieved by Glenn Milburn. Milburn on the return, and Longwell trying to catch him, and he won't. There are no flags down. And Glenn Milburn will go in for the touchdown, 94 yards on the kickoff return.
That's a smart job by Keith Armstrong, their special teams coach, of where they're running it. And also a good job of Milburn to stay on it, because Bill Lyon, remember that 300-pounder I told you about? So they're going to double team him. He's not used to playing, and that creates a lane right inside. And then there was the cut. Pat Terrell had his chance to make the play. Once he missed the tackle, Milburn was off and running.
His second kickoff return for a touchdown this year. And the Bears lining up for the extra point. Jeff Jager. And the kick is good. So now 3:40 remain. And the Bears find themselves down by 6, 26-20. So it is a one-score game for the Bears, who get some effort from the special teams. So Mike Holmgren's Packers find themselves not on easy street by any means yet, with their lead cut to 6 with 3:40 remaining. And Jeff Jager getting ready to kick off. Roel Preston is back deep, end over end, and it dies there, picked up by Preston, and he brings it out to the 30-yard line. Loose ball, and let's see who has it. The official closest to the ball looked to the other official.
Well, see, the official right there on the side was looking at it, 104.
And he looked to another guy, and he was right on top of the ball.
Because, see, the ball came out, but he still kind of had his hand on it. The ball came out. That's Dale Hamer right there, who's standing right on top of the ball. The ball came out, he kind of went backwards, but he had his hand on it, and so they determined whether it had control or not.
The player was ruling down by contact. First down.
So the Packers retain possession, but a very close call. There's Dave Wanstead, who is still furious over that ruling.
Well, because he's watching up on the big board, the big screen. Watch, there's the hit. There he's down, the ball's out. Now the hand came out on it. Oh, that would have been, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like he might have lost it before he was down.
That ball was out. That was a fumble.
First down at the 29-yard line. Packers got away with one there. Dorsey Levens gets about a yard on the play.
And there's another ball came out, but Hamer had it down. This is Dave Wanstead's reaction to the last one.
Bears calling a timeout here. Wanstead had a good point. Bears calling a timeout.
There's the ball. Watch, it's going to come out. Right there. That's a fumble. And that's a nice strip. And the ball came out. Tony Parrish stripped the ball, and it was recovered. Dave Wanstead still not too pleased about that.
Bears still with 2 timeouts left, and Wanstead's still incensed over that call.
Well, just another more fuel for the fire in the instant replay. There's no question that we're going to have instant replay next year. I don't believe it's the place now to just drop it on in the playoffs for just playoff teams, because just think of all the games that happened this season where if they would have had it,
right,
the playoff teams might be different.
I agree with you. Earl Dotson is back in at right tackle for the Packers. Second down and 9. Favre's pass is tipped by Brian Robinson. Incomplete. And it'll be third down coming up.
This is a big third down right here. This is a real big third down because they're down by 6. 1 score, and this game is, hey, it's the other way. Defensively, they've been able to hold some things, and now they haven't done much offensively all game long, but really all you need is one big play, as you saw in their first offensive series.
Well, they got a touchdown on the defensive side on the Harris interception and the special team score. That's how you make up for an offense that isn't doing much. Third down and 9. Favre has a pass tipped again at the line.
Parrish knocked that thing down.
Twice in a row, Brett Favre's passes get batted down at the line of scrimmage. So still plenty of time remaining as Favre comes off. 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go, and Sean Landetta will come in and kick, and Glenn Milburn will go back again.
Favre knew what he had. He had man-to-man outside. Oh, boy, Parrish really got up there. They came with a blitz. He wanted to get Antonio Freeman on the out right at the sticks, but Parrish knocked it down.
So Landetta to kick it away, and there's Milburn on the return, starting from the 22-yard line. Nowhere to go, and Glenn Milburn couldn't get away. Keith McKenzie making the play, and the Bears will be at the 21. Well, tonight, after an all-new World's Funniest, celebrate Christmas Simpson style. Then the holidays come alive on an all-new That 70s Show, followed by guest stars Ed Asner and Lily Tomlin on an all-new Christmas episode of The X-Files. It all starts tonight at 7, 6 Central, right here on Fox. Steve Stenstrom trying to lead the Bears to victory here. They're down by 6 with 3 minutes to go and 2 timeouts remaining. Going to pass on first down, and it's caught by Ryan Wetnight, and the tight end has the first down to the 34-yard line. Scott McGarahan, the rookie safety, making the tackle for the Packers.
Nice job by Stenstrom, who had pressure from Keith McKenzie, who's been giving Andy Heck some problems today. But a good job of stepping up in the pocket just to buy enough time to be able to make that throw.
Ball on the Bears 34. Handoff Edgar Bennett. And Bennett to the 39-yard line. Brian Williams on the play, and the clock runs 2:15, getting close to the 2-minute warning. Bears looking to get another play off before the 2-minute warning comes into effect. And they do. Stenstrom with an out pass, and it's knocked away by Darren Sharper.
Nice
intended
job
for Curtis Conway. Fine play by Sharper, who's had to fill in at cornerback for Craig Newsome most of the game. Here it is again with 1:56, the 2-minute warning here at Lambeau Field. We'll be right back.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
Minute 56 to go in regulation. 3rd down and 5. But this is 2-down territory for the Bears, who have 2 downs to try to make the sticks. Trailing by 6, 26-20. Steve Stenstrom's pass is caught in Packer territory. Curtis Conway, and Conway makes a big reception. He was wide open, and a gain of 25 yards to the 36-yard line of the Packers.
That was a nice job by the Bears. They put their back in motion. Edgar Bennett, nobody moved. That put Sharper out there in a tough position. He had to choose who he was going to take. He chose the flat. Conway came open. Ball was thrown.
Bears still have 2 timeouts remaining. They need a touchdown. They're on the 36 of Green Bay. Stenstrom going deep, and he's got Robinson and a bump, and no flag down. Tyrone Williams, incidental contact downfield with Marcus Robinson, and so it stops the clock with 1:15 to go. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Watch Edgar Bennett. Watch. Brown's going to come off the corner, and this is called helping. I mean, he just waffled him. And then he had Robinson down the sideline, and a good job by Tyrone Williams to cut him off.
Fabian Bowens, number 82, has not seen action as a wide receiver at the top of her screen. 2nd down and 10. Stenstrom with a quarterback draw, unless it was a missed play, and he gets the 1st down to the 25.
Dick, if that's a bad play, they should put that in.
Right.
Again, they went with motion. This time, the linebackers moved over. Stenstrom's not getting up. See, that's a smart move by the Bears. Because he wasn't getting up, they took their timeout. If they have to take an injury time, he has to go out for a play.
Right.
That looked like a quarterback draw to me. He stayed up, and Cooks hit him right in the gut.
By the way, Jim Miller is the backup quarterback, and Moses Moreno, who suffered a sprained ankle and had started and got hurt, giving Stenstrom his chance again. So the timeout is taken, and they have 1 timeout remaining. And there you see Stenstrom.
That's a smart play.
He's from Stanford.
Now, we won't hold that against him. But what we will hold against the Bears today are 2 wasted opportunities in the first half by Curtis Conway. Both of them were big plays. Both of them, had he just made the catch, would have guaranteed, well, you don't not guaranteed anything, but you'd have been in a great position for at least to have those 6 points that they're down right now.
Conway just made a fine play moments ago when he was open, and he's got some time. 1st down at the 25 of Green Bay. 1 timeout left for Chicago. Stenstrom pumps once, and he's going for the end zone, and it's deflected away. Conway had Pat Terrell and Darren Sharper defending on the play, and the Packers did a pretty good job in blanketing number 80.
He's their speed guy who can get down there. Nice job by Sharper. See, now Sharper knows you have to defend the end zone. And Pat Terrell not got his hand up there. That should have been intercepted. Watch, Sharper has a chance, has his hands right there, and Terrell knocks the ball out of his hands. You're not going to bite on anything underneath because you're defending for the end zone. And then the other smart thing the Bears are doing now is McKenzie has been giving Andy Heck a problem. So they're helping to that side the whole time.
2nd and 10 with 59 seconds remaining in regulation. Stenstrom again has some time, and all of a sudden the receivers are covered, and Billy Lyon.
Nice stunt to the right side.
Timeout called by the Bears, but what a contribution Billy Lyon has made today to the Packer defense.
Yeah, they ran it with McKenzie and Lyon. It's called a TE stunt. What happens is that the end is going to come down inside. Watch. It's going to come here and then back around. So it's an ET. That's what it is. And they're able to get Andy Heck deep. See this? They get him deep, and it allows him to get to the corner. And then, because of that and the coverage down the field, you get yourself a sack. Nice job of Lyon of reaching around Heck, putting the clamps on him. Who he wanted to go to, Dick, was down the field, was Curtis Conway. Remember, Sharper's not going to bite on anything, and Terrell, that time, an excellent job of taking away the inside.
Most of the sacks in this game have been coverage sacks, 3 by the Bears, 2 by the Packers. And the first NFL sack by Billy Lyon in his first year from Marshall College in West Virginia. So 52 seconds remain, and the Bears are all out of timeouts. 3rd and 17 coming up. Stenstrom goes down.
Dick, remember I say,
Reggie White.
Great players have to make big plays.
Late in the game,
You
especially.
can smell it. Reggie White knows when to be put on. He knows when it's showtime, and here he comes. Again, same stunt. This time, it's a TE stunt. Tackle goes out, end comes around. It's big time, big play time, and of course, that's when he shines.
4th down and 27, and the last chance goes by the boards as Santana Dotson gets the sack. And you're so right, Matt, because Reggie White laying in the weeds throughout this entire game. He made the big play when he had to with the game on the line.
And don't underscore Bill Lyon's sack as well. That was a big sack. It really was. And put Reggie White in that position, and then because of Lyon's sack, you're forced to have to throw the ball further down the field. And Reggie White comes in and makes the play. Nice job of coverage down the field, and then because of Lyon's sack, Reggie makes that, and then this is the last play. Again, it's Santana Dotson because of Lyon's sack and White's sack. His sack is much more possible.
3 sacks on 3 straight plays, and the 71st sack by Reggie White, and that is the reaction of Brett Favre, because it's Favre and his 2 touchdown passes brought the Packers in front in the second half. And Lynn Milburn's kickoff return made it close, but the Packers have held on and have defeated the Chicago Bears 26-20 and have won for the 9th straight time in this storied rivalry. And the Packers now have to look up at the scoreboard to see whether they will get into the playoffs today. The Arizona-Philadelphia game is still tied, and Atlanta leading New Orleans, but this game is over, and the Bears put up a big effort today, but Green Bay wins 9-5 on the year. The Bears dropped to 3-11. Right now, let's go down to the field. Tim Ring is with Antonio Freeman. Tim?
Thank you, guys. Antonio Freeman, fractured jaw today, but still leading the team in receptions. Would you have played if this team wasn't such in dire straits?
I have a competitive nature about myself, and it was killing me last week not to be out here, but, you know, the doctor said I could go, and, you know, I wanted to be out here with my team and help my teammates and, you know, hopefully try to get into the playoffs. So, got to make sacrifices in this business sometimes.
Thank you, Antonio. Let's go back upstairs to Dick.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. So for Matt Millen, Dick Stockton saying so long from Lambeau Field. The Packers beat the Bears 26-20, and we'll be back with our Burger King game break in just a few moments as the Packers defeat the Bears 26-20. So long, everybody.